Welcome to another session of Parent University On Demand. Today, we are excited to have the DCPS enrollment team to help us tackle a question a lot of families have. How do I apply for schools in the MSDC Lottery? So let's jump right into it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lenika Womack, and I serve as the lottery coordinator here at DCPS. My team's job is to support families while applying to schools via the MySchoolDC Lottery and among other things. So let's go ahead and start talking about DC public schools and how to apply. So DCPS is the local public school system of Washington, D.C., free to all DC residents. Every K-12 student who lives in Washington, D.C. has at least one right to attend DCPS school per grade band. And this is a school where he or she can apply or enroll at any time. So a right to attend school is a DCPS school where students can enroll in grades K-12, and they do not have to go through the lottery. There are two types of right to attend schools for DCPS K-12 students. One is in boundary schools, and the other is feeder patterns. And we'll talk more about these later on in this session. Students also have the right to re-enroll in their current school for the upcoming school year. So if a family does want to attend a DCPS school outside of their in-boundary school, they must apply via the MySchoolDC Lottery. So what are your in-boundary schools? Let's take a quick pivot to find your in-boundary school's website just to see how easy it is to navigate. So I'm going to click on this link, and we're going to go to the Find Your In-Boundary School website. And in the box where it says enter address to find assigned schools, for the sake of practicing, we will use our central office location to see what would happen or what would come up if a family lived at 1200 First Street Northeast. Okay, so we're going to write the address in the box, 1200 First Street Northeast. We will press enter. And it should, if your address is incorrect, it'll auto-populate a correct address from what you already entered. So if we put 1200 First Street Northeast, the assigned in-boundary schools would be Walker Jones Education Campus. And again, an education campus is a school who serves at least two or more grade bands. So the middle school would be Walker Jones Education Campus again, because they serve elementary school and middle school. And our high school for this address would be Dunbar High School. So definitely take a chance to navigate this website. And you'll see the address to the schools under the names. You'll see the phone numbers, and then you'll see a way to view it in the map, so you can plan out anything such as your travel time between work and school or things of that nature that may be important. So thank you for taking time to navigate that website. It was pretty easy. So please make sure that you check it out at home. So I mentioned feeder pattern schools previously. So again, students have the right to attend schools based on their in-boundary or based on their feeder pattern. So a feeder pattern school is a school that a student has a right to based on completion of the terminal grade of a student's current school. So this assignment only happens during the years a student moves from elementary to middle school, or from middle school to high school, or from an education campus to high school. So again, an education campus is a school that serves at least two grade bands. So for example, let's say a student completes fifth grade at one school, and they now will transition to the feeder school that their current school feeds into for sixth grade, okay? So this is how the feeder pattern works. There are two types of feeder patterns within DCPS. There's a geographic feeder pattern, and there's a programmatic feeder pattern. Okay, so the two types of DCPS feeder patterns. So the geographic feeder pattern, this is grouped by school boundary and proximity. So once a student receives a lottery match or waitlist offer to an out-of-boundary school, they have the right through the entire feeder pattern. Rights do not extend to students who enroll as in-boundary students and then move out of the boundary, or out-of-boundary students who withdraw. So again, rights do not extend to students who enroll as in-boundary students and then move out of boundary, or out-of-boundary students who withdraw. So let's talk about programmatic feeder pattern. So this feeder pattern is organized by a specialized program of study. And the three programmatic DCPS feeder patterns are dual language, Montessori, and STEM. And this provides the right for a student enrolled in a specialized school or program to enroll in the next level school within a specialized course of study as they transition to middle school or high school. For instance, let's say a student is enrolled in a dual language program at an elementary school and they're ready to transition to middle school. They can transition to a middle school that serves their needs for that dual language program to continue their studies as they did in elementary school. And they can follow that pattern all the way to high school as well to complete their educational journey with DCPS. What is an out-of-boundary school? So an out-of-boundary school is a school other than a student in-boundary school. So we just did a test with 1200 First Street to find our in-boundary schools. So our out-of-boundary schools would be any school that is not listed as our in-boundary school. Students do not have automatic rights to attend out-of-boundary schools. Students are only allowed to enroll into an out-of-boundary school and gain access to their feeder pattern after receiving a match or waitlist offer from the school via the MySchoolDC Lottery. So students must apply in the MySchoolDC Lottery if you are interested in attending an out-of-boundary school. As we previously shared, every student has at least one in-boundary elementary, middle school, or high school, which means all of the other DCPS schools are out of boundary, and you will have to complete an application via the MySchoolDC Lottery to gain access to that school. All right, let's talk about the MySchoolDC Lottery and when to use it. So this is a common question that we get from many families. Families interested in enrolling in any school other than their current in-boundary or feeder school are required to apply via the MySchoolDC Lottery. We have the link provided here for everyone, but we will not share it at the moment because it is not updated for the 24-25 school year as of yet. So as seen below, the lottery will open on Monday, December 11th, 2023. When it opens, you will be able to click that link and either log into a previous account, or you can create a new account if you're new to applying through the lottery. And of course, if you need assistance with logging in, passwords, or etc., the MySchoolDC team is always happy to assist. So when trying to determine if you need to submit a lottery application, please consider the following things. A lottery application is required to attend as a preschool, which is pre-K3, or pre-kindergarten, which is pre-K4, student at any DCPS school not currently attending. Also, if you plan to attend grades K to 12 at an out-of-boundaries DCPS school that you're not currently attending, if you want to attend a DCPS citywide school not currently attending, or if you want to attend a DCPS selective high school or program that you're not currently attending. A lottery application is not required to enroll in grades K to 12 at an in-boundary or feeder DCPS school, or re-enroll at a current or feeder DCPS school. Again, the 24-25 My School Lottery will open Monday, December 11th, 2023. And then you can check out all DCPS school options at the 2023 FS. This year, the FS will be in person. And then another change is that we will have two FS. On Saturday, December 2nd, 2023, that is for grades pre-K3 to grade 8. So if you're interested in those grades, please come and see us. Saturday, December 9th, 2023. If you're interested in grades 9 through 12, please come out and see us. And we do have the registration links linked here in this presentation as well. So please register. You can come out and see all of the elementary, middle school, and high school options. You can talk to representatives. You can see what all of the schools have to offer. So it's a wonderful opportunity. Let's take a look at some key resources so that you will be able to learn more about the DCPS options for your students. We are continuously building our enrollment website to provide information for families as you prepare to make such a big decision, such as finding and choosing your student's next school. And all of the links listed here are via our DCPS enrollment website. Again, the Find Your and Boundary link, which we navigated earlier, is listed here. Number 1. Number 2, the DCPS feeder pattern booklet is also located here. Number 3 is the DCPS high school booklet that lists all your high school options. It's linked here. Number 4 is the DCPS middle school booklet, so that explores all your middle school options. That's linked here. If you want to attend an open house, all of our open house dates are listed here as well. The DCPS school profiles, you can click here to access that, and that has a list of all of the schools and all of the profiles, which tells you everything that the school has to offer. We also link the MySchoolDC School Finder for you. It links to the MySchoolDC homepage, and you can find different schools. And then last but not least, we have our DCPS Enrollment and Lottery Handbook. And we look forward to updating this site with the 24-25 handbook in the upcoming weeks. So please be on the lookout for that. All of these links will be in the description below, and they're also linked directly to this presentation. Now we want to share a few tips and strategies to help you learn more about your school community. So we encourage families to get involved and learn about the schools that you are interested for your students to attend. You can always visit the school's website and familiarize yourself with their programs and offerings. You can always follow their social media platforms. Social media is a big thing nowadays, so please follow their platforms so you can be in the know, so you do not miss any upcoming events and important news and updates. You can feel free to attend a PTA or PTO meeting. You'll get a feel for the environment and the community that they serve. Feel free to attend a school community event. A lot of our schools are having fairs and open houses, so feel free to stop in and take advantage of that. And you can also talk to other families at the school about their experiences. It's nothing better than getting the experience of a family who currently attends the school. It just provides a different perspective. So let's talk about some key dates. We spoke about some of these earlier. I mentioned both AFS. So again, Saturday, December 2nd is the pre-K 3 to 8 AFS. Please come out and join us if you're interested in pre-K 3 to 8 options. Saturday, December 9th is the 9th through 12th grade AFS. Come see us if you're looking for anything in 9th through 12th grade. On Monday, December 11th, again, the MySchoolDC Lottery application opens. So that is the day you can log in, you can start your application, you can start to choose your schools. So Thursday, February 1st at 11:59, and this is a hard deadline. This is the application deadline for grades 9 through 12. So if your student is looking for grades 9 through 12, their deadline is Thursday, February 1st, 11:59 p.m. And please, that is a hard deadline. Another hard deadline is the application deadline for grades pre-K 3 to 8, which is Friday, March 1st at 11:59 again. Hard deadline. On Friday, March 29th, the lottery results are released. And on that same day, the enrollment season opens for school year 24-25. So what that means is you will get your, if you're matched, you'll get your matched choice. And then you can start immediately enrolling and submitting your paperwork to the school on March 29th. Saturday, April 27th is our 2024 enrollment Saturday. So on that day, If you haven't submitted your enrollment paperwork, you can bring your documents to your school. The central office is also open, will be open and ready to accept any enrollment paperwork so that we can get your scholars ready for school. And then Wednesday, May 1st, that's the lottery in match enrollment deadline. So please be sure to submit any paperwork, your enrollment packet by that day to secure your seat. Okay, these are important dates, but please don't think you have to memorize them. They're located via this link at the top of the page and also below in the comment section.
Thank you for sharing all this information. We're really excited for EdFest this year. There are a couple of questions from families. These are frequently asked questions, so I'll go ahead and ask them now. The first question we have here is, how many schools can apply to in the lottery?
Okay, so for each student that applies, you may apply to as few as 1 or as many as 12 schools. You cannot apply to more than 12 schools. The more schools you apply to, the better the chance of getting a match to one of your school choices. However, please be sure to only apply to the school that you want your child to attend. So please be intentional when you apply to the schools.
Thank you. Thank you for your response. Another question that came in is, does the way I rank my schools on the application matter?
Yes, the way you rank your schools on the MySchoolDC application matters, and this is because the lottery system tries to match students with their choices in the order in which they are listed, first, second, third, etc., all the way through 12. So after making a match, the program will add the student's name to the waitlist of those schools that were ranked above the matched school. So if you were not matched with your number 1 school, if let's say you were matched with your 5th school, so they would, the system would waitlist you at options 1 through 4. Okay, all schools ranked below the matched school are removed because they are less preferred than the matched school. So that is why ranking is very important. So if a student is not matched at any school, they will be placed on a wait list at every school they listed. There are only 2 exceptions to this rule. One exception is for DCPS selective high schools and programs. And then the other one is if an applicant's sibling is matched through the lottery. So if a DCPS selective high school or program finds a student not eligible, they will not be placed on the waitlist for that school option, regardless of how the student ranked them. Okay, and if a student is, if a sibling is matched to a school, then the applicant will be placed on the waitlist for any school their sibling is matched to, even if it is a school ranked below the matched school. So if your sibling is ranked, even if it's a school below the matched school, you will also receive a waitlist offer to that school as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for those answers and for that clarification about ranking and matching. There is one final question here. The question is, what are the age cutoffs and cutoff dates?
Thank you. This is an important question, and we get it all the time. So age cutoff is the age a student needs to be to attend a particular grade by the school year to which they are applying. For all schools participating in MySchoolDC, for school year 24-25, applicants for pre-K 3 must be 3 years old by September 30th, 2024. For pre-K 4, they must be 4 years old by September 30th, 2024. And for kindergarten, they must be 5 years old by September 30th, 2024. In other grades, age cutoffs vary, so you can visit our website at the age cutoff page to learn more about that. If your child does not make the age cutoff for a particular school, you will not be able to select that school on your application.
Thank you so much for that information. So let's get ready to close out. So we shared a lot of information today, and we know that families are busy. If families are to walk away with one thing to do, what would be that one thing? What would be the most impactful action families can take today to prepare to apply to schools in the My School DC Lottery?
Please do your research. I know we talked about this a little earlier. Do your research. That will help you guide your choices. Look through the school website, social media, visit the school, go to the school event, talk to current families for insight. But please do your research because this is a very important decision.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today. We truly appreciate your time. Families, please look at the description box for all the links and resources mentioned in this video. Additionally, in the description box, you'll find a link to a survey. Please take 2 minutes to answer the short survey. We want to know how useful the session was. Also, if you have any follow-up questions or any feedback, this is the beginning of a conversation, not the end, and you can always submit those questions via the survey or reach out to us in social media or our email at parentu@k12.dc.gov. Thank you. All right, I'm going to stop recording now.
Okay.